What up, Crying Life? How are you? I'm a little sad right now, and that gave me some lulls I needed. I'm a semi-competent mod for other channels. I believe that, Terry. I'm alright getting ready for work. Godspeed, Crying Life. So, this is Essays on Empathy. It is a newly published Devolver game. As you can see, there are a bunch of different, it's like a collection of short stories in video game form. And the idea was to approach storytelling in 10 different ways. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, Terry, I'm almost always glad that the mods make the clips that they do, because then they go in the BRB. And they make people happy. So let's go with the most clearly bloody, gory guts one that we have, called Dear Substance of Kin. Hey, did the stream information copy over okay? Seeding, first playthrough, all good. Perfect. Okay, so it kind of tells you about the game itself. April 30th, 2019. Interesting. Kind of shows you, like, the making of the game behind it. This game, we again explore the sandbox formula we tried out with Angolaster's January 2021. This format allows for elegant world building and environmental storytelling. Someday, if we find a concept solid enough, we'd like to release a whole commercial game in such a guise. One can only dream. Alright, content warning, blood, gore, horror. Oh, this is weird. Whoa, I have to change the window. Hang on. Cool, alright, it's doing it. Alright, so we just hop right in. We look to be some sort of... Soundtrack's great. There we go. Perfect. The SRT style is Chef's Kiss. Yeah, beautiful. Give me one sec here. Just running stuff in the background. Okay. Well, if it isn't the coppersmith, that's the person over here. I didn't think I'd see you again in this lifetime. Corpse Monger? Oh, that's us. Wait, no, that's... They're the Corpse Monger and we're the coppersmith. Did you come to save or to curse this town? How much for your cart? Oh, I'm sorry, I would share some viscera with you, but these corpses are all beyond putrid now. How many years do you plan on spending here? That depends on the villagers. Goodbye. Listen, do you want me to turn off the cursor? We're gonna need this cursor here in a second. Take our time. Interesting. Okay. I don't think we can go anywhere else inside. Alright, well, let's take me and my cursor inside over here. Let's go. Come on. Get in there. Whose house is this? My name is... I don't want your names. Identify yourself through your purpose. I'm the village's best hunter. I'm coming in. Tell me, Hunter, what's your plea? I'm the best with a rifle in this village. I've fended the town from creatures and criminals many times. However, I can't protect everyone. I want my caring sight to reach everyone in these lands. You don't try to look heroic before me. What does that mean? I can smell your innards and they crave power. Expose your true desire before your family. I want to become a crow. I want to be able to fly. I want to be a crow as big as the roof of this town, or as this house. And I want to feed on those who hurt us in the past. I smell truth. Now for the cauldron I need... Whoa! Well, they'll all die. Wife. Your wife's pancreas. Yes, Coppersmith. Sacrifice, step forward. Coppersmith, if you don't take pleasure in the gutting, allow me to put my kin to death myself. As a ritual of goodbye. Do as you want, but you may regret it forever. Thank you, I'll bring you the viscera when we're done. I'll start preparing the fire.
Dear substance of kin, forsake the mortal heads. Abandon flesh. Abandon sinew. Thou art now my magic. Thou art no more sin.
Oh, damn. You know when you play that game where you draw a letter on somebody's back? And then you try to spell it out? We're gonna play that game right now, okay? I'm gonna start drawing letters. You ready? Okay, here's the next one. Okay, here's the next one. Okay, here's the next one. Okay, here's the next one, space. Here's the next one. Okay. Here's the next one. And here's the last one. Thanks, Fed. You're welcome. And thou art done? We want to give him marksmanship? Do we do the touching? This is interesting. Yeah, this is a better cursor V. I have no idea what you're doing here. Yeah, I don't either. How was your show, Nina? Did the Netherlands win? Hello? Anybody else want to use their wife's pancreas? Coppersmith, please hear my plea. Go home and hang a blood-soaked cloth from your door. I have no home, I've lost it all. I want you to turn me into substance so other families don't have to sacrifice their kin. I smell truth. I mean, it's what she wants, right? I will take your life. But little substance can be made from flesh without will? Hey Fed, how are you, man? Good, I'm just turning people into... soup.
Forsake the mortal heads. Abandon flesh. Abandon sinew. Thou art now my magic. Thou art no more sin.
Alright, we got the soup. Soup simulator? Yeah, this is how they make all the soup for grade school. Instead of beef stew, it's beefcake stew? Alright, that's funny. I'm sorry, mate, I got here before you. Hey, you're an imposter. You can try your luck in the minor town 2 days north from here. You look the part, friend, have to hand it to you. The fake hump is a very authentic touch. I may copy you. Well, I wish you the best. Can I cook him? Go away or you'll ruin this for both of us. This guy in the back here, I heard that if you try to trick the coppersmith with animal innards, yourself and your kin will turn into immortal pigs. Sounded like a severe punishment, but considering how life's gone so far, I wonder if it wouldn't be better. I wouldn't be better off as an immortal pig. Yeah, at least you wouldn't be soup then. Okay. Crab Guardian, we meet again, child. Not that many Crimson Claws for you this time, At this rate, you will cease to exist in just about 100 years. But don't you worry, your kin is safe. Your sibling, the Glassblower, and especially the Mason are thriving. The artisan's charm will haunt these lands for days. Let me through. Won't let you pass with that pauper offering. Bring me at least 3 Crimson Claws. Alright, well, how many do I have? Hi, Lolly. Maybe this is what happened to Ganon? Yeah! Did I already eat this person? Whose house is this? I am father to a shameful child. I have no interest in your disdain. Identify yourself through your purpose. I am the butcher. I prepare... Oh, no. Hi, Lolly. I am the butcher. I prepare the scarce meat our hunters bring. I'm coming in. Tell me, butcher, what's your plead? My firstborn is very weak both in body and mind. He barely eats and I worry about his health. I want you to make him more resilient. You don't try to look caring before me. I can smell your innards and they yearn pride. Expose your true desire before your family. I want for my son to become a beast. I want my neighbors to be terrified of my kin. This boy refuses to eat meat, that's why I've been starving him. I want you to enchant him so he craves meat as his lungs crave air. I smell truth. Now for the cauldron I will need... I think taking away his tongue would be best, right? Your tongue. For pride is tasteless and your son will need a new palate. Yes, Coppersmith. I'll start preparing the fire. Welcome back, Mike.
Dear substance of kin, forsake the mortal heads. Abandon flesh. Abandon sinew. Thou art now my magic. Thou art no more sin.
Yep, and there's not a lick to it, Terry. Hi, Sapphire. So for those of you who don't know, we're playing a new game that just released called Essays on Empathy. It looks like it's from... It's basically developed as 10 different narrative styles. So it's kind of like a game full of short stories. Bookery... Now, we don't want the vegetarian line. Gluttony, yes. Submission. And we cross out the vegetarian. Perfect. Dang, we got a lot of Crimson Claws. About having empathy? I don't know. I don't know why they called it Essays on Empathy. Oh no, I'm stuck. But apparently the soundtrack is by Bon Iver. Whose house is this? We are a band of orphans. I do not need your tragedy. Identify yourself for your purpose. How's that? To put food in our bellies? What do you do to keep your bellies full? We take food from other houses while they're not watching. You are thieves, then. I'm coming in. Tell me, thieves, what is your plea? We are not thieves. We are the chosen kin of the town's most revered midwife. The woman has long lost her mind. To us, the artisans, you are what you mean for your village. The old lady may not remember our names, but she still takes care of us. This is the house of a healer. Alright, so should we talk to the thieves or talk to the woman who's lost her mind? Yes, kid. I mean, it's her house. Hi, Giggles. What's up? The old lady won't answer. She lost her tongue to the 20 years ago. We discovered in her diaries how to summon you. Tell me, thieves, what is your plea? You want to fill the town with beautiful flowers? You don't try to look innocent before me. I can smell your innards and they're starving. Expose your true desire. But it's true. That's what we all agreed upon requesting. I can't betray them. I can't ask you differently. Speak truth or forsake my magic. Okay, so let them be delicious flowers. Flowers of peach, flowers of potato. Flowers of orange, melon, chocolate, and eggs. Flowers of beefsteak for what I care. I smell truth. Now for the cauldron I need. The youngest kid's brains? Should we use our bonus viscera? I smell pennies. Giggles, it's good. All is going well. We're trying a new game released by Devolver. Today. No murder the child. I read penises. Great. I guess we're not you know what? We're not gonna need your kin's viscera. I won't need your viscera. Undressed kid, present me your back. Boom. Thievery. Boom. Kindness. Boom. Illness. Boom. Imagination. Boom. Sahara. Hello. Welcome. Bet you got me addicted to Stream Raiders. You're welcome, Smile. Okay, so I think we have 3 blood-soaked cloths, rather. Oh, look at this guy. Spider-Man. A moment of your time, Coppersmith? Who are you? I was a mercenary, but misery has taken over war. I plead you to engrave a new purpose on my back. Hang a blood-soaked cloth on your house and I shall visit you. I did. I always lived by the sword. This blade is my home. Very well, I'm coming in. Tell me, warrior. What's your plea? I want to mean something other than death. Don't try to look pure before me. I can smell your innards and they yearn conflict. Expose your true desire to me. No, do what I say or I will kill you. You can have my sword as payment. It's run through more blood than an old man's heart. Very well, I will take your life. I will take your life. No magic can make you deaf to your gut. My cauldron will repurpose your existence. I'll start preparing the fire.
Dear substance of kin, forsake the mortal hex. Abandon flesh. Abandon sinew.
Alright, one if you need an explanation.
My magic. Thou art no more sin.
Can I take the sword? Alright. We literally started this game 25 minutes ago. 1-1 on life. Essays on Empathy is the main game. This is one. I forget what the game is called. I don't want to hit escape because I don't want to quit out. But it just plops us in this town. It doesn't tell us anything. We went up and knocked on a door. And the same cycle repeats. We ask them what their purpose is. We come in. We are a coppersmith. We try to help fix a problem for them. But in order to help them fulfill their desires, we need something in return. We need flesh. Not because we're like a crazy vampire, but we need it to do the magic. So I guess what it's trying to do is to show us sort of the process, the narrative of storytelling. Alright, let's go talk to the spider. Crap. We have like 4 red cloths. Let me through. I accept your offering. Hang the blood-soaked cloths. We have no reason to know what this crab guardian is. Walk the path behind me up to the beaded grounds. I name you immortal for the next 20 years. Thank you. Okay. That spider gave you a sub-power. Sweet. Yeah, see, Glitter's got him. Yeah, but I have the feeling we've been alive a lot longer than that. Time to go home. Yes, very immersive. The soundtrack, I feel like, is definitely doing a lot of work. But stuff without fear. Now, Mike, it said that you're immortal for 20 years. It didn't say that you won't feel shame or guilt. Mew. Very odd. Very strange. Where's my house? Where's my home? Is it the place where I ate the kids' brains? To go home. Do I have a home here? Oh. Okay. Okay. Here's some dogs. Pigs, maybe? I don't know. At one leg strut. I think he's got 2 legs, I would imagine. Oh, maybe that's the family of immortal pigs. Hi, Bacon. And thou art done. Ooh. Imagine just needing to question people and cook some brains, and you live for 20 more years. Cool. All right. All right, that was 1 of 10. Giggles, you are a metaphorical potato. I don't want to look at the gallery here. Oh, this was Dear Substance of Kin. So this guy is... Okay. Cadáver de animal. Forma de anglas. Designing the pixel version of the main character. You can sort of see the iterations. Crab Man. You're welcome, Giggles. I feel like many of the games are in sort of the same pixel style, Lolly. Very cool. Oh no, that house is covered in something. What could it be? Is that crab a rose? No, it is covered in bloody cloths from fulfilling the desires. So no crab rose. It does, yeah. Very well could be. Uh-huh, insides of houses, uh-huh. Life is currency. Dear Substance of Kin movement. Okay, so this is his process for developing. Okay. See, look, here he's sort of delineating the create dot if they move distance dot, create new dot. I don't feel like I was doing that correctly. Circle around a hold to nullify it. Oh, okay, that's the basis for it. All right. Damn, he better go to the hospital. Chat, are you a blood vial half empty or a blood vial half full kind of person? So you guys wonder, like, how much goes into the making of a sprite and his one-legged shuffle? Here's him whipping the pan out. Here's all the people. Here's that stupid cook man. Ew, what? Didn't get to see this. Maybe it wasn't used in the final game. Oh, cool. Here's the entire... Neat. So we kind of went this way. And we went this way all the way around, up around this way. Back around over here. We didn't really do anything over here before the end of the game. Neat. That's pretty cool. Half empty because you could always use more blood? Very cool. Video? Loud. Sorry, hang on. Hang on.
Okay, so Dear Substance of Kin.
Thou art no more sin.
Yikes
This game
forever.
was another Lunder that we made in April 2019. The theme this time was Your Life is Currency. And we made this game in collaboration with our friend Ivan Papiol, that is an artist.
An amazing artist.
Yeah. So I really like the mood. It's really dark. Maybe too dark in the
Visually too
dark, but I really like that. And it's like horror, more or less, like mysterious.
Yeah, I mean, life is a currency. I mean, you can interpret that theme in many ways, but I want to talk about how I came up with the idea for this game, because I like drawing creativity from different sources. In the same way we spoke about being inspired by a Famicase exposition and you need to fill a cartridge with a game. In this case, I got up really early in the morning, put myself some eerie music
Look at that. Look at all the anime in the background there. That's how you know it's good.
Music, some ambient deep music.
You're welcome, Bacon, for the nice, soothing, low tones that apparently punctured your eardrums by being nice
Made some tea
and deep.
and started listening to it, and I took out my tarot deck and started asking the cards what kind of game should I make.
No.
And I remember clearly drawing.
He's gonna play
the devil,
solitaire to figure it out.
which in the deck I have is it's a autumn forest full of brown leaves with a snake in the middle and stuff. And I was listening to the music and asking what kind of claim should I have, and drawing more cards to set about the themes and the world building. I did the world building through exploring my subconscious with tarot. I mean, it was like pretty experimental way of creating, but I'm pretty happy.
You're welcome,
with
Carrie.
what it came out
Federal
of it.
L.
Because sometimes when we talk about this game, I feel like I didn't invent the universe of this game. It's like I discovered it and I draw things from it. There is another dimension in which I draw stuff from it and I just put it in there. This is stuff that has about the artisans and how they retain their immortality, and how the coppersmith doesn't want to know the names of the people, just wants to know their work or their job. They identify them by job. I mean, it has a lot of elements that they appear to come from a certain culture.
Yeah.
I mean, there is an article in Anite Games by Marta Trivi that analyzes the world building of this little game, and I think that only through that article I realized what I did. Like, wow, I was like just like toying around with a concept on a world.
That's interesting.
I kind of pulled off some really interesting world building with this. And the other thing I want to talk about, that we've talked in other videos about using your own culture to create flavor. I mean, this game feels like it sets in a really different universe and stuff, but to me it's a twisted vision of what I have in my mind about Blasco Ibáñez and the book La Barraca, Cañas y Barro, all that stuff, but really, really dark. And also it's inspired in a job
that Portuguese?
that doesn't exist anymore, which is called the sustanciero, the substancier or something like that, the substance monger, which was an ancient job in Spain, in which someone carried
Spanish.
a pig bone, a ham bone with him, and for some coin he would get into your home and just bath it in your broth, so you could get some substance out of the bone. And it feels like a Dark Souls job or something like that. And I was really inspired by this. So it's a combination from this old job and what I know about Blasco Ibáñez, and then what I did with the tarot. It's a really strange way to get to this creativity, and I really love what we did with this game.
Yeah, for me, it's like everything put together in a certain way. It's like the music, the ambient, the mood, the characters, everything is like going in a certain direction, and it all goes like almost too well for album their game jam, you know, like it's like, wow, this is like a universe or something that we develop over a bit of time, you know, like
3 days,
for me it's really interesting.
So are you guys familiar with the concept of a game jam? Like, you basically get a concept, and then you're supposed to literally spend 48 to 72 hours making an entire game. So they might have gotten this far in 72 hours, but they might have also fleshed it out afterwards.
The main character, you know, it's like really, you know, it has this personality or something.
Whoa, I wasn't doing that.
It's almost design or picking from a existent story or whatever. It's like, it's really powerful.
Yeah, I mean, I like what you say about all going towards the same direction, because I believe in the kind of scope we work with, this kind of indie developments we make, chemistry is super important.
I must have gotten bad
we work
in.
really well with Ivan, and I feel like what he did concept art-wise to develop the world of this game, and then the colors you set and the kind of animations and stuff for the palette, and then of course the music, in which I think we explore a bit further the concept of what we discovered with Eternal Home Floristry, which has a really interesting dynamic implementation of the music.
Yeah, like for me this game is like really unique. I also think, like, we were talking in other videos about how we are all about mood, and then we focus on narrative, and I think this game is like the peak in which we combine both finally, and it's like for us that we focus so much on mood, now like we got this game that for me probably has like the best mood of all, and it's all thanks to the narrative and the world building. And you know, like Eternal Home Fantasy has amazing mood, and other games have it too, but this one, since it's so fantastic and so out of this world, like I don't know, it's really different. And yeah, I also like it a lot because I feel it really differs from all of our other games. Like,
So I'll answer that in a second here.
It's fantastic, and it's not like something based in reality or futuristic or something like that. It's just like a huge change, and I really like that. And you know, like for me in the music, like it's super obvious, but I just really like making something dark and stuff like that. And also the thing with this game is that since we wanted to make like a really tiny sandbox in which like you were exploring like this town, and we had like 2 artists for the game, we could like, it was like instead of just making a hands-on level, and I already talked about how I really loved level design, but more, it's not just level design, but like I really like it like in games in which you could have all the assets and just make levels with that. Like
it's like level artist.
Yeah, it's not like all about the level design like in Blueprints talking. Like I really like grabbing the assets and doing something visually with it. I suck at visual arts, but I really love like doing this kind of collage with stuff like that.
I need to say that Paula is an amazing level artist, because the Substance of Kin only has 20 assets, and she built a whole town just moving rocks around and putting planks of wood and stuff, and it feels
so
like
that building had 20 total like MS Paint images laid over itself in different ways, and that's how they build that town. You wouldn't know that unless somebody told that to you. Schizo, this is a game called Command Add EOE, a collection of 10 games, almost like short narrative stories, and we look at the background art making of the game. Where is that link to the game? So does that answer it for you, Schizo? We just played through the first game.
100 assets. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
So the thing with this game is like, I mean, for me, it's like the opposite of Eternal Home Fantasy, in which I really suffered through making it, and this one was like a joy because I had the music, and all the rest for me was like just make a cool level, and I love that because I really like that
thanks
stuff,
for asking, Schizo.
Also, I want to say
We just went through the first one, which was really cool.
Yeah.
If enough people are interested, I'll play through it again.
Of recorded voice or voice acting in our games, and he read out loud this beautiful poem. I remember meeting with him online on Discord just to direct this little piece of recording the poem, and the way he managed to pull out the dear substance of kin.
Yeah, I love it. It's like
it's
so powerful.
So powerful. I love it. I wish we can work with him in the future, because I really want something that we are lacking still, that we haven't been able to.
Why don't I get to do cool voice
properly,
acting
is
stuff
voice
like
acting
this?
and acting from proper actors
Dear
in games,
substance
and I want
of
to
kin.
get into that.
I can
in the
do
future.
it.
I don't know when, because I think
Substance
it's
akin
a
too.
bit out of our scope.
I do.
In some
Nobody wants me.
The language barrier and the budget for it and stuff, but it really adds to the mood.
Yeah, it sucks because knowing how we work, I feel like if we ever do voice acting for a game, it will be a game design from the ground up to have voice acting, because like when we are making commercial games, they always end up with so much text that making voice acting for them is gonna be incredibly expensive. But then at the same time, like, I think that if we know we are going to have voice acting in something, we are going to want to play with that. Yeah. So we are going to design something specifically for that.
Yeah, and I think I would write differently if it's going to be have voice acting, because for example, the Resistance Club, I think could really break the pace of the game, the rhythm, if you have to read out loud and have it everything acted. I think you have to work differently if you are working with voice and not just text.
Very cool. All right. That was number 1, Dear Substance of Kin. Alright, so let me show you all the others that we have. We have Underground Hangovers, Supercontinent LTD, Behind Every Great One, Eternal Home Floristry, The Bookshelf Limbo, Zen and the Art of Transhumanism. We might see some penises and boobs in that. Angolasters, January 2021. A Vivid Life, we did that one. And De Tres el Cuarto. Bookshelves, Limbo sound fantastic. Okay. It's your father's birthday and you want to give him a comic as a present. Enjoy browsing the bookstore. This is a very special and unique game. Our friend and amazing artist Ivan was visiting us in Valencia, and it happened to be his birthday. We asked what he wanted to do for his birthday, and he said a game together. So we did that, and to make it resonate even more with the original thought, we made a game about picking up a present for someone else. Since the process of making this game was a gift in and of itself, we tried to come up with an idea that was not only nice, but fun to develop. That's why we went with designing a collection of fake comics, so each of us could have fun experimenting and coming up with weird ideas. Who does that sound like? One of them is likely to have the pixel bang. Yeah, I can't wait for that. Okay, let's play in Espanol. Oh, wait. Here, hang on. Hang on. Gonna blast everybody's ears out. There we go. I was looking for a book for my father. I don't think he's ever read one that I know. Comic book. Something short and self-contained would be ideal. That shelf? Oh, that looks perfect. Thank you. What is that? Arnold the Aardvark. Alberto, I read you and I feel more free. A series of illustrated poems about hidden pleasures. Caressing a silky rug, the smell of wet earth, the smell of wet rug, caressing a silky rug, picking a good rug at the rug store, words and images to reframe everyday actions and discover a new lens to enjoy life. Check for online reviews, please. Sounds good, Lacklu. Illustrations are cool, but the poems are pretentious garbage. I'd rather just spend an afternoon browsing DeviantArt. Ha ha. Dumb shit. I'm in love with the author's sensibilities. I keep coming again and again to this book. Alberto, I read you and I feel love. We're gonna look at all the books first. Read quotes on the back. Warming as a ray of sun on a winter's morning. This book made me fall again in love with tea. Type 1-1 if you're in love with tea. I wish Alberto was a real person with whom I could share a flat. Let's keep looking. Oh, here we go. No, this is good now. This is fine. Okay. Sextories. Sextories is a self-contained comic book anthology, erotic. Yeah, I want to get this for Dad. Explicit, irreverent, funny, and liberating. We talk about sex, sexuality, and gender from a totally different perspective. Here, you won't find the typical, and if you go in, you have to keep an open mind. Alright. What have you been looking at? You're the one who picked this game, sir! Porn for Social Justice Warriors, Disgusting Pablo Pedro 69. Sextories made me reconcile myself with my body. I reconnected with masturbation in a very intense way. Ha ha ha. Probably the best erotic content produced in Spain. The series has furries in it. 5 million stars. Smart, sensitive, sensual. Sex with an emphasis on diversity. Erotic stories to feel proud about. We're probably gonna get that one for Dad, but, you know. Wait, we already looked at this. Let's look at it again. Oh, here we go, the namesake book. Essays on Empathy. 3 stories by the Deconstructive Creative Collective tackling themes as diverse as body horror and self-acceptance, oppressive dynamics in a heteronormative couple, and the struggle of a gay hitman working at a flower shop. Can't stand these pretentious fucks. That's not what it is, but that's what I'm saying. If it weren't for that famous publishing label, they'd be dead in a ditch. The Hitman story is cool, though. At least the reviews are good. Can't get enough of this team. Just wish they didn't take so long to create stuff. 3 years to make this? Come on. This is really meta. Not bad. Glass Collector 444. Mandatory reading material for my students. More than food for thought. Bone Marrow magazine. We'll do the Flower Shop one next. These stories should be selling by the millions. Was that Digital Devolver? They are my friends, but these bastards are also really good. Put it back. What a dumb name for a book or game. Okay. Neon Ping Pong Lovers. They are lesbians. They are polyamorous. They are unstoppable. Megalola and Cassie are the talk of the town, and they plan to leave an impression at the augmented reality ping pong competition of Le Grand Station, the most famous space town in all of Andromeda. The characters are like so cool. We plan on cosplaying them at the next Bone Marrow Con. The themes are too in your face. This is just a marketing trap. Shut up and take my money. I need sequels. Well, it doesn't come with any quotes. It just says, your world is about to get ping-pong to the max, baby. Why? The comic is good enough as it is. Marketing guys shouldn't try this hard. Yeah, same. 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 What else do we got? Oh wait, there's a hidden book. Burnt Bridge Redemption. A man on a mission. Demons walk among us, they feed on our thoughts, and disguise as our women. We pour their drinks, we clean their cars, but that's about to end. Ryan, armed with 2 swords and a cannon bike, will hunt these beasts. Okay, this is a book for me. You're in for a ride. The gore is exquisitely depicted and the stories have something that just resonate with you. A masterpiece for the ages. I like how Emperor PT is like, I don't want to read any gay books, but I really like the one about the big, strong man. Visually stunning, needs more blood, 12 out of 10. A guilty pleasure, even if the writing is a bit problematic. The action is really well drawn and the main character is stupidly cool. Francis Millen at his best. If I had to pick a personal favorite, it would be The Burnt Bridge Redemption. Bold and unapologetic. Oh, there's one. So we read these. Read this one. Ulcer Code. First ever Magic Treaty illustrated with sequential art written and designed by the mysterious author, only known as Witch Fortuna, circa 1960. Dare to explore this out-of-its-time narrative piece about divination, meditation, and cosmology. This is the real deal, guys. Chills up my spine every time I read that page. Spooky. I like the penis page, Emperor PT. We need to stop already with the glorification of hippie drug-induced fantasies. Esoteric garbage. It only has a poem on the back. Stranger to my soul, invade my body. Stranger to my soul, invade my mind. Grant me an eye to see beyond my penance. Take my pride, my sorrow, my chains. Turn them into power, wisdom, revenge. Stranger to my soul, invade my magic. Stranger to my soul, become my faith. That made me feel something. I hope this book isn't cursed. Hey, everybody's cursed now. To get uncursed, you need to subscribe. The Garden of Your Mind. The garden of my mind is filled with catnip and horseradish. Do you struggle against your inland empire?
Pew pew!
I mean my poop? Your internal dialogues indomitable? Do you wish to keep those intrusive thoughts in check? Maybe you should stop fighting them and lose yourself into the garden of your mind. Colors in this book are out of this world. The philosophy is quite bland. I've read it about 40 times, a masterpiece. My mother loved this comic book. Share it with your loved ones. Dahlia Daggers. The next time I make a character in a video game, it's going to be named Dahlia Daggers. A revolution in the field of self-help. Essential. A great introduction to transformation magic. 2 more books. The Forensics Artist. Mohammed is an eminence in the field of digital forensics. He has been tasked with dismantling the lies of a virtual cult, which is filling the web with doctored images of otherworldly beings. Failing to prove them fake, the forensic artist and the reader will gradually dwell into a spiral of madness and self-doubt. This is the book I would pick so far. I read that Bakir Kawam used actual footage from federal investigations. I had nightmares for months after finishing this comic. Extremely recommended if you, as many of us, know that there is something else beyond this dimension. Oh yeah, it is Schizo. Nice. That's a good catch. Like X-Files, but in front of a computer. Ha ha ha. Enjoyable, even with its recurrent pitfalls into ableism. It's time we stop stigmatizing mental health issues in media, guys. Chill out, Laura. Gurpegui and Bakir Kawam work in perfect tandem for this heart-stopping thriller. Easily among the top 5 horror works of 2015. Again, Bakir Kawam postulates himself as a true master of the genre. Alright guys, we're gonna decide which book we want after this. My cute well, of course we saved the best book for last. Popinski is a very cute cat, and he loves to look at the street from outside his window. For the first time, the integral work of critically acclaimed comic strip artist Renad Patel, collected in deluxe edition. I grew up reading Popinski. This edition is fantastic. If you don't like Popinski, I'm afraid you don't have a soul, sir. Oh, who's the ableist now, Terminator, Laura? Unequivocally perfect no matter how you look at it. If you have something negative to say about Popinski, I will find you and I will fight you. Oh, it's this chat. Every stroke oozes humanity. This is what life is truly about. Everyone, and I mean everyone, should read Renad Patel's work. Popinski is a good pun name for a cat, yes. Alright guys, what do you think? Let's review. We have a poetry book. We have the meta book. We have sextories. We have neon ping pong lovers. Remember, this is for Dad. We have Burnt Bridge Redemption. We have the Key of Solomon. We have Hippie Bullshit. We have Popinski. And we have the guy's face. Cat is my vote. Alright, any other votes before I decide? BBR for that classic 80s schlock. Yeah, BBR might not be a bad idea. I voted, yeah, I see it. Kitty cat. Okay, I knew the cat was gonna win. Alright, I hope my dad likes this. Wait. On second thought, maybe this one. This is the one. I'll take this one. Yes, it's a gift. A sticker to add on the wrapping. Oh. Alright, I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Stop it. I didn't want to feel today. What sticker? Thank you for everything. Damn it. 0 out of 10. Made me cry. Wait, was there a Frowny Cloud backpack? Cool. Cool. 0 out of 10. Wait, it's Zir? Is it not 0? Is it Zer or Zir? I don't understand. I lack the empathy. I'm projecting my own self onto this character. That doesn't help, V. I missed the last minute. You got to put a sticker on it which said something like, I miss you, I love you, thanks for everything, see you soon. Zir, gotcha. So I picked thank you for everything.
Okay, so the bookshelf Limbo. This was a game we made as a present for our friend Ivana.
It's weird to say that because normally they are from this game jam or whatever, but this goes along the lines of what I've talked in other videos about drawing.
Hey, good night, Hawks. Can we get some Federal Z for Hawks?
From Tarot or from cartridge or whatever. And then having a friend coming over here to Valencia to spend some days with us and saying that, what do you want for your birthday? And he wanted a game.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
We all laughed about it, but I started
yeah.
to thinking about what kind of game we could do. And I think that with this, we stumbled into another interesting realization about making games. And is that, well, to begin with, the game is about purchasing a birthday gift for your father in the case of the game, but it's in a meta level. The game was actually also a birthday present to our friend, and you inhabit this game, and I don't know, it works at so many levels for us. I mean, the creation of it and stuff. We included something in our design philosophy that is, it is not only important to design around what is going to be the final product. Normally you are willing to do whatever it takes to create a game. Every sacrifice is acceptable if you end up with a nice piece of art. But then with this game, we decided that we have to design the game in which the design allows for the people who is making it to be happy and to enjoy making it.
Yeah.
So this game is like really, really small in scope. You only are browsing through a shelf in a store. And we designed it that way so all of us could create fake covers for books and comics and just add them to the shelf. It was something fun. I tried my hand at drawing and something you can get. We used some photos from Paula. You can get really creative and have fun out of it with it. Yeah. And I believe that it is something that we should learn from this game and bring it out for bigger projects. That what kind of big project you can do that not only is successful and brings money and whatever, but brings you joy while making it.
Kind of like streaming.
Because in the end, making a game
in fact,
is 2
that's
years of
exactly like streaming.
And then a short reward or whatever. But I think we are missing the point. And if these 2 years are not enjoyable, it misses the mark of indie game development. So you have to design your games thinking that you have to make happy the people who are going to be working on it. That's a really valuable lesson from this game.
I think it's important, and it's something that maybe you see in the game, or I don't know, maybe the people don't see it, but I think it's important to do it that way because it's healthier, even mentally and physically. And I don't know, with this game, it's like we were just really relaxed doing it because it was really tiny and we didn't have no rush or whatever. It was like, okay, we're going to have fun with this
and wait for the speed run.
Nice.
Yeah, I think we could use the opportunity with this game to maybe talk about mental health and making games. Because right now, I mean, we are more or less well right now, but some months before this, we've been through some of the roughest patches we've had while making games. And is that because of we are also going through a global pandemic and everything. We were confined and
I'm
stuff.
sorry, that's him just sitting there with a fountain with a mask over his beard. It doesn't look like it's working at
Decided
all.
to put a lot of more work into the big project we were making, and that is why it's been delayed. And it's going to be 3 years since we started working in our next big thing after Residence Club, which is
Okay, so these
a
guys
game
did Red Strings
that I
Club.
think is going to be good and nice, but it has made us suffer too much along the way. And the thing is that by September 2020, we broke down, like anxiety attacks and really depressed, not being able to work, physical cramps, and we had to stop. And luckily we were able to talk with Devolver about it, and one thing Devolver Digital has is that they are amazing human beings, so we talk about stopping production altogether and taking as much time as we needed to heal and just focusing on being well again. And finally we are getting out of that, and making this collection in some part is part of our recovery process.
Yeah, I was going to say that what it came out of that that time that we stopped and we had to put pause on everything work related. We did another experimental game and so, and we had the idea for this collection, and it was the time for it, you know, like okay, right now we are still like recovering for that and everything, and this is a great time to do this, so we can also reflect on the games that we made, and we can also be inspired from that. And this is so nice to be making this, because I don't know, for me it's inspiring to do more games and to see what we've done these last years and reflect on the themes and a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I believe that we were submitting ourselves through one kind of crunch that it's not that often talked about, but because often crunch comes from big companies exploiting employees, but you can exploit yourself if you think that you need to produce, you need to put something of worth out of there. If not, your life is meaningless if you are not producing or you are not productive. And
it's the thing that you can always work more, you know, because it's your time. I mean, you're not working for anyone else. It's like I can do more work, or I can put more of myself in the game we're making and in our everything, because you can do it. And it's like you don't think that you're spending a lot of time not only actually making the game, but thinking about it, about going outside, and all the talk is about the game, you know, like sometimes it became really, like, I don't know,
absorbing.
Yeah, we were in the bed, and it was like, well, I'm thinking about tomorrow work or whatever, and I was like, no, you need to stop that. I mean, you need to do other stuff, to think about other things, because if not, it becomes really, it's the only thing you think and feel, and it's like, it's too much, you know.
Yeah.
But with this game, it's like, it was bigger, it's bigger. The game we're making, the commercial game. So
Pretty soon they're going to be
like,
making a
another
game
challenge,
where you direct a
we
video
want
about
it
the
to
making
be
of a game.
better, and it's like you put a lot of yourself in that.
Yeah, and I feel that also the lesson is that you need to create an environment, since you are working independently, and I mean, in the same way there is no one to stop you if you work too much.
Yeah.
You need to create an environment and have your partners look out for you.
Yeah.
In which not wanting or not feeling like creating should be reason enough not to work today and just rest, and not just wanting to
Again,
work
like
and work
streaming.
and work, because you need, I mean, milestones are important to not lose focus and stuff like that, but if it makes you miserable, if it makes you suffer, it's not worthy.
No.
Just behaving like a regular company. I mean, you are at your home making games with people you love. You should change your philosophy.
Differently, you can work differently and healthier and everything, but sometimes it's difficult, you know. It's like,
the thing is that the theory is like really easy to understand, but it's really, really hard to do that in practice. And you know, like we were talking about crunching, but that's the thing, like it doesn't matter how many hours you work, because when you are not working, you are still doing that subconsciously, and it's not because you are making a living on that, because it's what you want to make. So if you are focusing so much on what you want to make, You are not. It's really hard to escape from thinking that. What I mean is that we all get that we shouldn't work so hard, or like, yeah, we should take a break today, or whatever. But it's really, really hard to do so.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to get lost in that process, and that's why you need to rely on your partners to let you know, like, you are too deep into this, take a break, please, let's go outside and take a walk, and I don't know.
Take a break, Fed.
And I'm gonna say it, like, since we've been talking a little bit about our big next game, and you just said, like, yeah, it's good, it's good, we like it. I need to sell it a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say, like we know it's taking so long, and it's really hard because when you're working so hard and for so long on a game, you start losing perspective. But I
like
think
streaming,
that for those that really are looking up to our big games, because we understand that even if all of our games are games of deconstructing, like, they are really different sometimes when they are like a long, when it's a long game from a shorter game. And I think that for those that are looking for the next big game, like, you are not gonna disappoint, because I feel like, yeah, but I feel like if you like the Research Club, you are gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, me too, Lolly, and thank you.
I feel like we have done so far a really great job on it.
Happy you still like the project. I wanted to add something that we can edit into the video. That I think that the bookshelf Limbo, since we didn't talk a lot about the actual game, I think that it exemplifies really well why the collection is called Essays on Empathy. Because we really like the idea of letting players inhabit other characters and other realities or their identities. And in this case, I think it was beautiful what we created. When we posted it, we uploaded it to Itch. We said, let us know what present did you choose for your father and why, if you are so kind as to share it with us. So if you go into the page of the game in Itch.io, you can see a really beautiful display of people talking about their relationship with their parents and what would they give them and why they pick what they pick. And I think it's really beautiful that
that's the empathy part of the game, is projecting yourself onto this character, feeling what they're feeling,
and try to put themselves in different skins and shoes and see life through different lenses, or maybe just reflect a bit on the act of giving something to to someone you love. This game is beautiful for what it means, why it was created, and how it is, and what produced, what happened after we released it. So nice game.
That's why I got teary at the end, because you're looking for a book and then that sticker jumps out at you. It's like, what do you really want to tell your loved one, you know? Okay, so we want to do the Flower Hitman. Too much? Yeah, honestly, dude, it hit me hard. Once I gave my dad a DVD of Dark Place. I think this one is the flower shop guy, right? Is this the one where they bang? Whatever. Eternal Home Floristry. A narrative experience about a hitman working at a flower shop while his injuries heal. We're still surprised we managed to build a game this well-rounded in 72 hours. It could well be an additional episode for the Red Strings Club, but what makes this game extra special is that it features a milestone in our game, making philosophy, adding creativity to the mix. Flower arrangement proved to be a nice mechanic, and it broadened our design sensibilities to the point that we're not only thinking about what you do, but also how you do it, and yes, why not? About how pretty it is. That is definitely something you will see us exploring in the future. Too much, I meant, so, like, get over yourself? Like who? I had to go cry for a while, good game, rude? I don't understand what you're saying, cultist. Alright. My walls are too high for that? What, feeling? Eternal home floors. Perfect. Gordon. I don't even understand myself. That's fair. Honestly fair. I am a killer. A gun for hire. After taking that many lives, I thought I'd have to run dry of regret. But none of those murders felt as bad as pulling out the flowers from Sebastian's garden. How are you holding up? Better? Getting used to being left-handed already. Listen, I feel bad being holed up in the back of the store. Volume adjustment. Can't you put me to work on something? Don't worry, just focus on getting better. Please, I need to keep my mind busy. I'll do anything. Alright. What do you know about flower arrangement? Not in my line of expertise. Don't mind my injury, I can do heavy work, I'm a good repairman if you need. This is all we do here, son. I know it can be intimidating, but I'm a good teacher. I don't know, Sebastian. I heard how the family talks about your bouquets. I saw one of them at Millie's funeral, in fact. Not a flower guy myself, but I reckon there's something special about them. I wouldn't dare to... Oh well, handicraft is important, but that can be learned. The secret of our bouquets resides in something quite more simple. We use actual flowers. What do you mean? See this garden? These flowers are real living things. To my understanding, the last ones in this city. This is the last patch of healthy soil in this rusty megalopolis. Whatever you find in kiosks around town isn't the real deal, they're lab knockoffs. Why does it matter? The fragrance. There are very few people alive left in the world who have smelled a real flower. And oh, a flower, Gordon. Spring used to be the time of love and energy. Don't you feel alive just being in the presence of this garden? Our city brains are so hungry for that life, that the smell of a flower can trigger a symphony of neurotransmitters. Dopamine, adrenaline, endorphins. That's why my bouquets are regarded as the stuff of legends in the family. The rumors about you making the boss cry aren't just a tale then, huh? Okay, I trust you. Teach me your magic. That's great news. I didn't want to impose, but the truth is that my back has done its last gardening, I'm afraid. I've been looking for an apprentice for some time now, that's why I took you in part. And you chose a butcher? Great. I'm not a saint myself, Gordon. Flower arrangement is not for the faint of heart, trust me. Okay then, should I start picking flowers? Shit, no. First, you need to know what the job is about. Shipping random flowers together is insane. Alright, alright. Who's the mark? The mark? You're so amusing. Our client is the Woodfield family. They've commissioned a bouquet for Jeremy's obituary. Jeremy Sr., the Woodfield patriarch, is dead? Last week's bloodbath didn't just take your arm, son. Who else is dead? Don't concern yourself with that. You need to lay low and heal. The thing is that the situation is quite tense now inside the Woodfield family. Two sons, Jerry and Jonah, are waiting for the grieving to end to start fighting for the scraps of their father's collective business. Riches are easy to split, but clients, that's a Greek tragedy waiting to happen. Now, our flowers may tip fate's scale. Go and pick some, I'll run through the meeting. Alright, we got some red rockets, we got some blue butterflies, we got some pink boobs, we've got some white crystal meth, and we've got some grapes. There's only a few flowers left, but I'm afraid that this will be the store's last batch, since the soil is exhausted after many years of business. So pick them with care. Click on them if you want me to tell you more about them. Drag and pull the flower out to add to the bouquet. We'll only use 3 for each arrangement, since these are probably the last ones we'll see. The pink camellia. Sheer bustling power, love, passion, strong desire. I can feel my heartbeat smashing my eardrum just by touching it. It's so... you lost me at the boobs, though. Oh yeah, I make up a ton of shit on this channel. So don't worry too much. Don't dive too deep. The aconite? Grapes. Handle it with care. Some of them are poisonous. poisonous flower in a bouquet. Well, these are not to be sent lightly, for they carry hatred. These flowers symbolize a threat, an ill will. Shit, I thought all flowers were meant to be nice. I told you flower arrangement isn't for the faint of heart. The asphodel, regret, weakness, death. Homer describes it as covering the great. We'll just send 3 of these. Now, these flowers aren't deathbringers per se, but are associated with grief. Its fragrance allows us to connect with our sorrows. Alright, so we're going to give him some of the crystal meth. We're going to give him a red rocket. The blue iris, bringer of hope, faith, wisdom. Okay, we're going to give him one of these. To procure happiness. And these, the crimson lupine. These ones, Gordon, these ones are the essence of tragedy, a bad omen. They have a presence that's for sure. Make sure to add, if you wish for things to go sour, make sure to add a crimson lupine. Okay, well, let's take one of these. Oh, that was cool. I enjoyed that. Okay, time to put them together. Are you up for an extensive lesson on the 7... Oh... Yes, please. Are you insane? I wouldn't wish for that on my worst enemy. Just go unbound and do your best. Thank God. We all have the potential for beauty. Drag and drop the flowers in the vase. You can pick every extra decoration you may want to add from the workbench. You can even rotate an item by keeping pressed Control and the right mouse button. Alright, I feel like... Alright, I feel like... That's good. I feel like the centerpiece should be... This game is... Do you want a tutorial? Yes, never mind. Do it yourself. Okay, I feel like the blue flower should be in the middle. Be fine. No, we're gonna add... I'm gonna add some... Okay. There. What do you guys think about that? This. Lovely chef's kiss, thank you. That smell. That bouquet is called Sebastian's Eternal Home. That's my signature arrangement. I designed it after my husband's passing. A valse of fragrance that balance grief, love, and hope. To mourn what we lost and to love what's ahead. I thank you. Prepare it to be sent. I did a good job. With one hand. These brothers are fools fighting over something they didn't even build themselves. Is that what happens when you die? People split up your remains? Lucky for me, I haven't built anything. Just waned other legacies in any case. What does Sebastian want from me? Welcome back, Sebastian. Hi, Gordon. I'm too old to be flying. 2 days outside the shop and I'm falling to pieces already. How are you holding up? I've been lonely, to be honest. Did you miss me? Well, yeah, you're my only company. It's tough being left alone with my phantom pain. I know. I'm sorry. I don't plan only leaving the shop anymore, so you'll have plenty of company. How was the funeral? In spite of being a funeral, it was a radiant day for the Woodfield family. Started a new Stream Raiders battle. There will always be VODs, Dev. How so? Both parties sat down and came to an understanding. They're not going to split the business, they're going to run it together. Sure, there'll be some turmoil, but you should have seen the speech Jerry gave. I didn't think those brothers had it in them, but they love each other. They even kissed after the speech. In the mouth? What kind of question is that? How old are you? Sorry. But yes, in the mouth. Oh wow, these flowers of yours sure are dangerous. In any case, the day before the funeral, I happened to spend some time... Oh, I love the progressive music. I happened to spend some time with widow Mrs. Woodfield. Well, yeah, you don't have to clarify Mrs. Woodfield because Mr. Woodfield has passed on. The day before the funeral, I happened to spend time with the widow Mrs. Woodfield. Martha is an old acquaintance. Sorry for any inconvenience I may have caused her. Well, don't worry about it. She didn't even attend the funeral. She was Jeremy's fourth wife, and she's mother to no one. In fact, she had some cocktails. We got some interesting stories out of the Harpy. Harpy, I thought she was your friend? I said acquaintance. Do you know how we know each other? She's been married to Jeremy for 4 years, but she's been around quite some time. Long ago, she blackmailed me into helping her access the high spheres. She threatened me with telling the boss I was a word. Now, this is part of the game. It was part of the game. What? To Mr. Faulkner? Oh no, we're pretty good with Faulkner now. I mean, the boss before him. A real piece of work. Oh, I remember the old boss Dunn. Oh, believe me, Terry, whatever happens next, all death flowers. My father once told me to spend a night with him and gave me a beating upon returning home for being such a pansy. Yeah, Dunn was all about hunting us queer folk as a cover for him. Like if anyone would give a damn about who a crime boss sleeps with. And sorry to hear about your father. I always thought fuck him. The guy's a legend in the eyes of the family. He wouldn't care less if... I wouldn't care less if he died tomorrow. I'd happily pull the trigger, I tell you. I'm sorry. So what about this Martha widow? Ah, yes. She confessed to me she's sure her lawyer had something to do with her husband's death. Yeah, sounds good, Debbie. But she doesn't dare to say anything because she was having an affair with said lawyer. That hag thinks we're friends or something and came to me asking for help for the old time's sake. The nerve. Do you fancy putting a bouquet together for her? With pleasure. Hatred, threat, ill will. What do the Red Rockets do? Bad omen, tragedy. Weakness, okay, here we go. Boom. 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 Sounds good, Glitter. Red, white, blue. The America bouquet. Let's make this thing ugly as sin. Get back in the pot. Okay, good. Do you have to pick 3? Yeah. Doesn't let you progress. That bouquet is called the Warm Razor. That's a dark combination to prepare for someone, Gordon. I'll go with your gut, though. Let's send it. What am I doing telling Sebastian about my father? That man doesn't deserve to live. Not even in my words. Sebastian makes me feel weird. Never had a man look after me the way he does. I'm usually the one doing the protecting. I'm holed up at the bottom of a city missing an arm. One could say I hit rock bottom. Yet what's this wellness inside my stomach? Happiness? No, something worse. Martha has murdered her lawyer. Oops. Always good to hear there's one lawyer less in the world. And then killed herself. Oops. Talk about killing 2 birds with 1 stone. That's a bit extreme, don't you think? It's a bit scary how easy you dismiss death. Twisting Nether, thank you very much for the follow. Bruh. You sent her a death bouquet. You sent her a murder-suicide bouquet. Well, first the lawyer was a murderer and Martha she deserved it. And second, I am a hitman. What do you expect my sensibilities to be? Serves me right. Shouldn't keep my expectations this high. What are you expecting from me exactly? You sent her the America bouquet. I guess nothing. It's It's this weird mentor to mentee affection. I've never had an apprentice before. I may be too invested in us. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. We'll get there. Thank you. Anyway, Gordon? I don't like that tone. Promise me you won't leave running guns out when I tell you this. There's nothing you can do about it, not with a gun at least. They got your partner. Patrick, why? And who's they? The family? They're checking allegiances. After you killed Police Chief Medina, well, the patriarchs have been pretty divided. Paranoia's spread among the ranks. First of all, I didn't know that cop was family. Secondly, let me send a message out that Let me send a message out there so they know I killed that bastard because I wanted to, not as a part of any plot. It doesn't matter what you say, you were just the gun. It was someone else who pulled that trigger. What do you mean? It played you. Medina was innocent. But Patrick told me, I'm sorry. You sacrificed an arm in some cop's life so someone inside the family could prove a point. Now focus. Does Patrick know where you are right now? Gordon? Yes. I told him before you destroyed my phone. Okay. Right now they have him as a forced guest at the Banks Hotel. We have to do something about it or you and me are done, boy. I've spent a week hidden here. If Patrick hasn't spilled the beans so far, I say we can trust him. To my knowledge, and I'm sorry to intrude, is that you and Patrick had a fallout about a month ago. Wasn't a fallout, damn it. We're not a couple anymore, but that's it. We kept working together like professionals. I've been a bit depressed lately, nothing more. You attacked a police precinct on a suicide rampage. What's your idea here, then? Let's arrange a bouquet and send it to Patrick's room. Are you asking me to silence him? No, just please, help me. I'd arrange the flowers myself this time, but since it's your ex's fate we'll be toying with, it's only fair you do it. Okay, let's see how we can deal with this mess. I'm sorry, just think of it as sharing your raw, true feelings to Patrick. Regret, weakness, sorrow, love, passion, strong desire, bringer of hope, faith, wisdom, hatred, threat, ill will, bad omen, tragedy, no death flowers for our ex-lover, only love flowers, no America bouquets. There'll be a lot of sticks in this one. I'm gonna call this one the Lone Wolf. Yeah, remember this, Patrick? You remember this? Remember this, Patrick? Your ex has to remember this stick? My stick is unforgettable. Hey, are we good? Put the flowers in the thing. Oh, okay. I can't build one that tall. Okay, perfect. That smell, that bouquet is called Sebastian's Eternal Home. I designed it after my husband's passing. You told me this already. It's really thin? Yeah, it's not about how thick it is. It hurts to see Sebastian scared. Why am I so disappointed? I'm a fool. I defied him as my savior and mentor. He's just a frail old man after all, I guess. I'm not being fair. He's a good man. He took me in. He healed me. He taught me new ways. Sebastian is a good man. I am not. Patrick, what are you doing here? Gordon, you're alive. Thank God. Yeah, Sebastian took good care of me. Why are you doing this to me, G? I told you we can't be together. I love you too much and you're too crazy. I broke up with you because I couldn't bear watching you risk your life all the time. And you go and kill a bunch of cops and lose an arm in the process? What were you thinking? I'm sorry, Patrick. If there's any consolation, it doesn't look like I'll be doing any gunslinging anytime soon. Gordon, why? Oh, chat. Do we want to ask for him to take us back? Where did they come
from?
Yo, Orange Eyes. Thank you very much for the host. Raid. Welcome on in, everybody, from the Orange Eyes stream. Hello, 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 hello. We get an exclamation point defend and then an exclamation point shout out for Orange Eyes. Yo, nice. Very cool. Orange Eyes et al., welcome. How was your stream today? Pleasure to meet you. They might be stuck in advertisement hell. Could be. Well, Orange Eyes or any Orange Eyes crew, if you guys can hear us. Oh, there we go. Welcome. How was your stream today? How did you like Essays on Empathy? $64-bit hello. We played Tres El Cuatro. Oh, cool. I'm never stuck in advertising hell. Twitch Turbo. Yeah, same, dude. Loved it. So far, we've played Dear Essence of Kin. What was the second one we played, guy? Oh, we played The Namesake, Essays on Empathy. And we're almost done with the Bounty Hunter one. I like your orangey eyes. Same. Well, very cool. Thanks for coming to see us. We're almost done with the... We're almost done with the this one. So if you're trying to avoid spoilers, I totally get that. If you're not, I think this guy's gonna shoot us. Sounds good. 64-bit. Alright, chat, let's ask for him to take us back. Give me another chance. I've changed, this time for real. Sebastian, he taught me so much. If you have me, I'll put my guns down. I had enough of this life. I need some time to think. I understand. I love you too. I'll call you. What's this all about? Wasn't he kept prisoner at the Banks Hotel? Yeah, he was at the Banks Hotel for an interview with the family, but I guess I exaggerated a bit about the nature of the events. Hey, I appreciate it, Orange Eyes. I'll toss you a follow and I'll come check you out. ASAP. But thank you again for raiding over here. Yeah, no worries, Orange Eyes. If you weren't 90 years old, this would call for a punch in the face. I'm 89, but don't hit me. And aren't you happy you were able to express your true feelings to Patrick? That's the main purpose of flower arrangement. Can we get some ghosts in the channel for Orange Eyes? Yes, I needed, that's for sure. But I don't appreciate you playing me for a fool. It should be up to me if I want to express my true feelings to anyone. If you ever do something like this to me again, we're done. Understood, I'm sorry. Why are you doing this to me anyway? Why would you take me in and tend my wounds? What's all this about teaching me stuff and messing with my emotional life? Well, just tell me, who am I to you? You're no one. Huh, that didn't sound good. You were no one. But I just needed anyone. See, I've got no one left. When you grow this old, life stops happening around you. You just become someone to be visited on special dates. The rest of the year is, well, contemplation. The only thing I've got left is my shop. These flowers, they're dying. The soil is older than me and it won't bear any more life. After we pluck the last flower, I'm done. I won't be a florist anymore. I won't be, nothing. I think I'll just go and die. Sebastian? I'm sorry I made you my pet project. I just felt the urge of leaving some kind of legacy in extremis. Like, if you could build some heritage on a couple of weeks. No, Sebastian. I'm so thankful. We spend very little time together, but I love you. I'll treasure the days for the rest of my life. Let's take care of this flower and extend this moment in time. But actually, I believe you should be doing one last bouquet. These are your last flowers? Fuck clients. I got a call a couple days ago. Your father is in the hospital. They said it's likely he won't be seeing another dawn. Is this another trick to have me deal with daddy issues or something? I'm sorry, Gordon, this is for real. Well, time for a celebration then. Let's get a bottle of Yamazaki, my treat. No, Gordon, he's your father. I told you about that son of a bitch. He put me through hell, always expecting all the killing he put me through, made me outgrow being a blank. I'm not asking you to forgive him or anything like that. I'm offering you closure. Once he's gone, that's it. He'll become a ghost. And ghosts can haunt you until your grave. Trust me. These flowers aren't gonna last no matter how much light and water we put on them. It'd mean a lot to me if you used them. Ah, alright. Bad Omen, Tragedy. Hatred, Threat, Ill Will, 2 of these. Can we use all 4 of these? I call this one the fuck you. I call this one the go fuck yourself. That smell, that bouquet is called Judica, also known as the 4th ring of the 9th circle of hell. We're gonna hear about this one on the news. I'll send it. We're gonna hear about this one on the news. Got a call from my father. Maybe he was delirious, but he told me, Yep, thanks, Dad. Then nothing, but who cares? At night, Sebastian died too. All we've got left is Crimson Lupine. Suits us as criminals. I guess killers are bound to tragedy. Rest in peace, Sebastian. That game was awesome. That game was great. We killed our evil dad. We got back together with Sebastian. They buried him in the garden. We did toss a death flower on him, but he already died. He was gonna die no matter what. He was gonna die no matter what we did. Let's take a look. So this is a list of the flowers. Oh, that must be your dad.
You
Your
died.
dad can show up in the game. Kind of want to play it again and see. Oops. I always screw this up. So what happens is it's like a home screen and then you open another game and yeah. Sacrifice what's left behind. Intro. Present. Prepare bouquet. Choose destiny. Oh, cool. This is how they're charting the bouquet combinations. Oh, cool. Oh, you can make you can make her confess. But then you get a hurtful goodbye. Oh, we got love. We got love. Background evolution. Cool. Oh, maybe this was... Oh, wait. That is... Okay. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Look, there are, like, all the different flower combinations. So maybe your dad doesn't show up. Nice. Exploring font. Yeah, these are all the things you need to go into when you think about this. Okay, please don't say the... Please don't say the F gamer word, please. Don't ruin the channel.
Eternal Home Floristry.
I clap.
Eternal Home Floristry
Sounds good, Zier.
I mean, it was developed for a game jam.
Yeah, in December 2018, the theme Sacrifices Must Be Done.
Yeah, what I wanted to say, I mean, this game is one of my favorites because it was just done in 72 hours and it feels pretty big and the production values are pretty great. It feels like a chapter, an episode of the Restaurants Club, and it was just made in a weekend. And what I want to say especially about this game is that we didn't want to experiment with it. It's like we were a bit burned out, a bit tired of making games, and we decided, let's not try to raise the bar with this one. Let's just enjoy ourselves and do what we know how to do best. This is like the Resistance Club all over again, and I just want to make a game and feel great about it. And I believe this is a pretty important thing to have in mind. But we ended up discovering something really cool anyway, which is, I think you are pretty fond of that, so you better go about it.
So it's super funny because we were like, we're gonna make like a comfort game, like, and it's like we're just gonna have fun making this game, and we weren't trying to make something new. But then when we started designing the game, we were like, what if the way you do like the floral arrangements, it's like there's no, like, it's not like Zen and the art of transhumanism, because you have to do it in a certain way. You just do it however you want. It just matters which flowers you pick, and you just let your creativity let loose and have fun. And it was,
Remember when we
like,
made
so
the
amazing, like,
FU
to
in the end?
realize, just playtesting the game, like how cool it was. Like, because for me, like, I always compare it, because when I buy games that have like a level editor or something like that, I always waste more time making levels for myself than playing the game itself. And for me it was so fun. It was like, you know, I know I am not the only one that enjoys this, so we have found something unique. This game.
Oh, the America.
It is a new breakthrough in our philosophy of removing challenge altogether from games. It's like, why gameplay has to be about challenge? Why cannot be about expressing yourself and just toy with
be
it?
creative or whatever.
As long as you want, you just get creative with it, and when you feel satisfied with the toy, you just keep moving forward. And I believe this is a really important point in our design philosophy from now on into the future. And I also want to say that with this and many other games that I want to get into this with this specific game, we are really fond, really all about documentation. We love, I mean, with the Resistance Club.
Yeah, we can see that from every game that we've played so far.
And we bought a cocktail set, and we developed stuff, and
how to make cocktails.
We went to popular cocktail bars and stuff.
It was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great trip.
Yeah.
And we love documentation.
Yeah.
We love to get into what we are representing. And
Back, how was the ending? It was really good. That game, the Hitman game,
and with this I remember that we were having
is a game you could play like 4 or 5 times, I feel like, and be satisfied. Because of the breadth of options.
You get the essence of it and know about flowers, and a lot of what we saw on those documentaries ended up in the game, like in what kind of ornaments you had and what kind of flowers do we use.
I would say, at least so far, it feels like the most complete game. Hey, Terry, I really enjoyed getting to know you and spend some time with you today. So enjoy modding, and if we get to see you again, that'd be great. Have fun with this game. It looks awesome. Same.
So it's really, to me, it's really fun because you get to learn
64-bit, thank you very much for the follow.
To apply this bit of realism to what we do.
But there weren't any cactuses.
Also, I want to talk about...
Also, your voice is super chill. Thank you.
Pretty much every game. But I want to talk about writing and creating in a language that is not your own. I mean,
they're really good. Orange eyes.
So far, you know that we are not really skilled speaking in English, but we still have to do this because this is the language the majority of players and people who buy our games and allow us to make a living out of this use. And this is a handicap. This is something that we have to go through.
Content creators that work hard?
It's not that great because we are limited by,
those
by
exist?
the language. And specifically with Eternal Home Floristry, we were called out on ableism because the game is full of lines saying that, are you crazy? Are you insane? And stuff like that. And it feels like you always are bound to be behind the times because you are on a language that you don't really know if something you're doing is offensive, or maybe it was offensive 1 year ago when you learned about it. And society keeps evolving and you learn as people calls you out, like you did something wrong and you just, I mean, and I'm pretty okay with that. I mean, when someone came to me and explained to me what we did with so much ableism into the game, I'm really happy to understand it and change it, and I'm really careful with it with what I write in the future. But I am bound to not be great with English and fuck it up many times in the future. So I hope people bear with us in that regard. But I don't know. I think it's important. I wish we could be recording this video in Spanish and be pretty charismatic and know a lot of ways to express ourselves and be more natural about it. But this is it. We are bound to this limitation, and we have to make the most out of it.
Yeah, it's fun anyway to like have this another way to practice some English.
Yeah.
This
I
team
mean,
make all 10?
Also,
Yeah,
it gives us the
I believe so.
opportunity to learn
Is what it
and
looks like,
understand
Woobla?
other cultures, which I think it's pretty valuable to know more than one language. And
It looks like it was this team of 3 who had been doing game jams, and these happen a few times a year. So it would make sense if this was a dev studio team who just does game jams, and then they make games in addition. Or so it was explained. A few. Well, yeah, there's a few global game jams that I feel like are very well advertised, but there are constantly game jams going on. Constantly. So, not only are they working doing their own thing. Yeah, this is a compilation title. Many of these were uploaded to itch.io, and then they just kind of put all of these together.
learn to understand life in different perspective.
Yeah,
Because
there's
through language,
lots of
you
game jams.
get to understand how people see reality in other cultures and stuff. Also, before we go into another game, I think it's important you speak about the
Yeah.
dynamic
Yeah.
music and stuff. Yeah.
So this game, like, it was just a single scene, so I was like really worried as always, like, oh my god, how are we gonna do this, because this game has a lots of text and it's just a scene, so what do I do?
The
with
community
this
is at
game?
least
So I
64-bit.
was like, all right, I know we only have 72 hours, but we are gonna make some dynamic music that actually works. And well, it's funny because this game, like, the main mechanic is creativity, and creativity sucks a lot sometimes, especially when it's your work. You know, like, because I think this is important because, like, we have been talking about how fun is it to make games in 3 days, but sometimes it's really, really hard. And for me, this game, it's the one I struggled the most, because I made most of the music in the first day, and then when I went to sleep, I was
Paulo
like,
is super
this
talented.
music
Like, every
wrote
bit of the
is-
soundtrack in
it's
every
bullshit.
one of
It's
these
like,
games
it's
is
really, really
awesome.
bad. I was like super fucking sad, and I woke up the next day and I was like, oh my god, I cannot do this because I think this music is really bad. I don't think I can make the music for this game, and that's like a disaster because you have to do it in 3 days or you are out. And I basically spent most of the 3 days just crying in the couch, being really fucking depressed because I thought I wasn't like up to it. Like, I was seeing them working on the game, and I was like thinking, oh my God,
Almost
this game is
Woobla.
so good, this game is great, and I cannot do music that is good enough for the game. But then, like, we always like try to implement music and sound like really last in the game for game jams. Like, when we are making commercial games and we have enough time, we actually do it like really early. But in game jams, we don't have enough time, so it has to come last. And when we finally try to implement everything and everything was
Maybe I
working
can make one
dynamically,
game in
it
72
actually
years.
sounded really good.
It's all about your perspective,
And
you
then,
know?
like, with some time, I grow to really love Eternal Home Forestry music. Like, it's actually one of my favorites, which is ironic. But you know, the thing is that creativity is really hard, and sometimes like it's fun, no? that the game that is just about letting yourself loose and love what you're making was the one I actually suffered a lot. But I think it's important to do this kind of stuff because it's not easy in the game games.
It's surprising how how such an important part of our creative process is to cry in the sofa, because we cry a lot while making games. I mean, why are we still here? Just to suffer. yeah.
That's a line from Metal
I
Gear Solid
remember
5.
in some earlier game jams that I struggle a lot myself with the art and everything, and I had to take breaks to go outside of the computer and like, wow, this is not working and we don't have time and I need to do this because if not, we're not going to make the game. And it was like really, really hard. And I think with these last ones, I mean, it worked better because I knew the art style and whatever, but it sometimes is really hard and you think that it's not going to work, but it needs to work because we are doing it together. So it's really hard, and I think it's important to talk about that because it's part of the process. And creativity works like that, and we work like that. Like, it's not always fun and you're not always like in your top of the mood or whatever. It's like you need sometimes to go really low and you need to be with yourself and cry, be sad and whatever to then appreciate what you've done or to take another look at what
deal
you've
with the
done.
pressure and I mean,
so
Also because like sometimes I really think about this in a way. It's like it's really common to struggle with creativity and how it affects you, but it's like even harder when you are making a living on it. And in this case, it's not like we are rich or anything. So, but we don't make games to make money. So it's like we make the games we want because we want to make those games. But then sometimes you struggle making that work because creativity is what it is. And then you have like, you need to take a break. And then you realize maybe if you take a break, you aren't gonna pay your bills. So
Streaming!
there's like you have to balance it really well. And it's really hard because creativity is something you cannot control at all.
yeah.
I'll be fine. I can sell tux. Alright guys, listen. We've been streaming for about 5 hours. This took a huge load out of me to stream this today. I loved every second of it. But, damn. It's just basically taken all my energy to go through these games. Just 3 of them. So this is phenomenal. I would really like to do this again. This would be great to just jam into a day here or there.